Have you ever felt reality cracking, like thin ice beneath your feet? Everything seems normal, familiar faces, routine days, casual conversations, until one small detail, one seemingly innocent word, changes everything. That evening, I had no idea that a simple joke would trigger a chain of events that would shatter my entire world. Maybe together? I said playfully as my husband and son prepared to leave for the sauna. They laughed, not noticing anything unusual in my voice. The door closed, and silence filled the house. I was alone. It was supposed to be an ordinary evening. I poured myself a glass of wine, settled into the armchair, and closed my eyes. Normally, moments like this brought me comfort, but tonight was different. Something in the air had shifted, subtle, unsettling, like an invisible presence watching me from the shadows. Then, a sharp vibration cut through the silence. My phone. An unknown number. I let it ring, but it came again. And again. And again. Something deep inside whispered, "Answer it. You need to hear this." Finally, I gave in. "Hello?" A few seconds of silence. Then, a low, calm voice spoke words that sent a cold shiver down my spine. "Your husband isn't who you think he is." I froze. My heartbeat quickened. "Who is this?" No answer. Just the sound of disconnection, and the screen went dark. I stared at my phone, feeling the walls of my home suddenly closing in, the air thick and suffocating. The wine in my glass remained untouched. One thing was clear, this night was going to be anything but ordinary. I'll take a short pause. Let me know in the comments where you're listening from. Have you ever experienced a moment when a single unexpected message or call changed everything? Share your stories, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. Now, I continue. I stared at the screen for a long time, unblinking, trying to convince myself that this was just a mistake. That someone was playing a cruel joke on me. But the pictures told a different story. I swiped through them, one by one. The more I saw, the clearer it became, this wasn't just a friendly meeting. The way they looked at each other, the way their hands lingered just a little too long. This wasn't innocent. I felt a cold numbness spread through me, only to be replaced by a burning fury. How long had this been going on? How many times had he come home, kissed me on the forehead, pretending everything was fine? My hands trembled, but not from weakness. From a betrayal so deep, I could barely contain it. But I refused to break. I wouldn't let this pain consume me. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and exhaled. If he thinks he can fool me, he's underestimated me. I wasn't going to run to him with accusations. I wasn't going to scream or cry. No. I would make sure he didn't even realize how his own world was about to crumble beneath his feet. I picked up my phone, found the right number, and without hesitation, pressed call. "I need your help," I said calmly, though I was burning inside. There was silence on the other end before a voice finally responded. "What happened?" I smiled, coldly, without emotion. "I want to play a game. Are you in?" And at that moment, I knew, this night would change everything. He walked into the house, tired, relaxed, with a barely noticeable smile on his face. As if everything was fine. As if nothing had happened. I looked at him the same way I always did, with warmth, with the usual softness. I didn't flinch, didn't let anything slip. "How was the sauna?" I asked, pouring him some tea. "Great," he smiled, sitting down at the table. "Our son did well, lasted longer than me." I nodded, pretending to be amused. Even though, inside, I wasn't smiling at all. But soon, I would be. The next morning, I packed my things and left the house, saying I had errands to run. That wasn't entirely true. I was going to the sauna. But I wasn't going alone. Inside, waiting for me, was the person I had called the night before. someone who knew exactly how to play these games without making a single mistake. I stepped into the steam room, letting the heat slowly wrap around me like a burning prelude to what was about to unfold. And it was going to be good. When my husband arrived at the sauna later that evening, expecting to relax after a long day, he didn't expect to see me there. He definitely didn't expect to see me with someone else. I met his eyes and smiled, genuinely, effortlessly, as if everything happening was the most natural thing in the world. "You always said heat cleanses, right?" He didn't answer. His lips pressed into a tight line, his hands clenched into fists. I watched his face, the way his emotions flickered, first shock, then realization, then fear. "What are you doing?" he finally managed. I tilted my head slightly, as if studying him. "Just trying your methods. Except, unlike you, I don't hide." Silence filled the space, heavier than the heat in the room. He didn't say another word. Just turned and walked out, slamming the door so hard the walls shook. I took a slow sip of water, feeling the warmth settle inside me. Now he knew. Now he knew he had lost me. And that was a heat he simply couldn't handle. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced a moment when everything changed in an instant? Your opinions and stories mean the world to me, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like so you don't miss any of the upcoming thrilling stories. Wishing you a wonderful day, and if you made it to the end, comment, "The heat no one could handle."